Welcome to the Landmark Sports Show, broadcasting live to you from downtown Manhattan on a rainy Thursday evening, December 20th. Happy holiday season.
Happy holiday season.
Ants Chargers are rolling.
All happy day. We just clinched a playoff spot last week.
Team's looking good, looking good. We got a lot to talk about today. We're going to jump right into it. Little programming note, we won't be on next week because Ant's off from school, I'm off from work.
Right.
We'll be enjoying our holidays with the family, and we'll be back the following week, shortly after the new year, 2019.
That's right. 2019 is going to be a fun year. Graduation, seniors.
That's right. This guy will be in college.
That's right.
Alrighty, let's get it rolling. UFC updates, Ant, what do you got?
All right, let us recap 2018's UFC.
So,
This year was like so on and off for the UFC.
mm-hmm.
We had a lot of good stuff that happened, a lot of bad stuff that happened, and we had plenty of incidents this year.
Yeah, a lot of drama.
Yeah, especially with Khabib and Conor.
Mm-hmm. What would you say was the most exciting part of the year?
Probably the most exciting part was, new champions being crowned, like Henry Cejudo defeating Demetrius Johnson,
Mm-hmm.
Dustin Poirier getting ranked in the top 3 of the lightweight division,
Mm-hmm.
and just some good fights. Max Holloway finally returning, having a great fight against Brian Ortega.
So, DC, right, you were just telling me DC got named Fighter of the Year.
That's right, ESPN, folks. They have named double champ Daniel DC Cormier as ESPN's MMA Fighter of the Year.
Congratulations to him.
Congratulations, DC, you earned it.
Now, who's your Fighter of the Year? Is it DC or is it somebody else?
My Fighter of the Year, yeah, it has to be DC. Has to be.
Who's runner-up, though?
Runner-up,
Khabib?
yeah, probably.
Oh, that was a big fight, right, against Conor that he won.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have to look forward to in 2019?
We have a lot of new stuff to look forward to. The UFC is going to be heading to ESPN.
Oh, yeah, when does that go into effect?
January 19th is ESPN's first UFC event.
Now, are they going to get everything, or they're just going to get everything besides the pay-per-views?
Yeah, they got, fight nights.
So they're basically taking what Fox Sports had, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. But they're not, the big pay-per-views are still going to be pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to see them on ESPN.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should be good for their profile. Good promotion.
Definitely.
And when does that go into effect again?
January 19th is the first event.
Okay.
That's the Cejudo Dillashaw flyweight title fight.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a good one.
Yeah.
They got names.
And it's in the Barclays Center.
What time is that one on?
I think they haven't announced the time yet.
That's the one thing. I mean, I know I'm kind of like an old guy and I go to bed early, but I would love to watch that fight. But like even on Saturday nights, I'm usually not awake at like 11:30. So
Yeah.
I guess they're not really worried about me. But I feel like they might be able to get some more customers if they put that fight on at 9 o'clock. I would make sure to like watch it.
Yeah, it's not really. It doesn't really make sense to do it at 10 o'clock unless it's pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let us get to UFC 232. This fight is next Saturday, December 29th, but like we said, we're not going to be here to record next week, so we got to give a preview and prediction for this week. UFC 232, John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson 2, and Chris Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes.
Big names.
Definitely.
Big names.
Chris Cyborg is defending her featherweight title against bantamweight champion Amanda Nunes.
That should be a good one.
Nunes wins, she becomes a double champ.
Any double champs right now with the females or no?
Not with the females.
Would she be the first ever or no?
For UFC, yes.
Okay, so that's a big deal.
Oh, definitely, it's a big deal.
Who would you say is favorite in that one?
Cyborg, just because she's the natural 145er.
Okay.
Yeah.
And John's Bones Jones, I know who you're gonna be rooting for.
Oh, you already know who I'm rooting for.
I know it won't be John Bones Jones.
Nope. It's gonna be for the Mauler, Alexander Gustafsson.
But would you say Jones is favorite in that one?
Yeah, I think Jones is a slight favorite in this fight.
He's probably gonna be favored in almost any fight right now, right? I mean, he's that good.
Yeah, even though he got caught for steroids.
Yeah. And cocaine.
Yep.
Not cool, man.
No, and then he claimed DC is not an actual double champ, and that Conor McGregor was, but DC actually earned it, unlike Conor.
Right. DC's done things the right way. I don't think you should take shots at DC.
Exactly.
Should we make predictions? Because we're not going to be filming before this. Let's make some predictions.
Let's start with Nunes and Cyborg.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going Nunes.
Okay.
I'm feeling good about it. I think that, I've picked her before in some fights, and she's done well, so I'm going to take her again.
I'm going to go Chris Cyborg for this fight.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised if Nunes won. And both of them are good, so it's like, it doesn't matter who wins.
Yeah, so it should be a good fight, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about the other one?
Gustafsson.
You taking him?
4th round knockout.
All right. Are you wishing, or is that what you think?
Wishing, and I know it's happening.
That's right. I think you know.
Yeah.
I'm going John Bones Jones.
Partially
because that's my nickname. But yeah, I think he's just too good.
I got Gustafsson, 4th
Right.
round TKO.
So we're different on both of them, huh?
That's right, we are. I like it.
Things are always more interesting when we have different picks.
UFC 231. Who went 2-0?
Not me.
I did.
And 3-0 in your NFL picks that week.
So I went 5-0.
That was a big weekend.
That was. I enjoy it because, folks, Valentina Shevchenko, we both picked that fight. We both picked Valentina to win.
Mm-hmm.
She won. And the funny thing is, I picked the decision win for Valentina. She won by a decision.
There you go.
And then I picked Max Blessed Holloway to win by a 4th round TKO over Brian Ortega. And that's exactly what happened.
Wow, there you go. You should play the lottery.
That's right, I should.
That's a hot hand right now. Actually, no, you're not 18. Oh, you are 18.
I am, I
You
could.
can legally play the lottery.
Give me $1 million.
What do you think, NBA?
NBA time.
I haven't been following it a lot, other than Sixers have been playing okay. They're playing about 500 lately, but they're still, I think, 7 or 8 games over 500.
Okay.
They look good. They're going to make the playoffs. See if they can make some noise against the Eastern teams.
I was telling John before we started recording that there's a huge possibility that Carmelo Anthony may be coming to the 76ers. And I actually like that idea of him going there because he didn't like when I said this, but Carmelo is just not meant to play in the West anymore. Like, he played in the West in the beginning of his career with the Nuggets, but he's just not Western material anymore. I think the East is perfect for him. Unless, of course, if you're going to play with Steph Curry or LeBron James.
I think you should go to China.
China?
Yeah, some of the teams in China were looking at him, I heard.
What teams are even in China?
I don't know, but sometimes they pay NBA guys like a lot of money to go play there. Like I think Stevie Francis played there for a while.
Oh yeah, China wants him, Puerto Rico wants him.
Yeah, so I don't want him on the Sixers. Every team that he's left, except maybe the Knicks, has been better when he's left, right? So think about OKC. Think about OKC. After he left, they've been better this year, right?
Okay.
He went to the Rockets. He ruined the Rockets. Then he left. They've been playing better.
He did not ruin the Rockets. Are you kidding me?
Nah, that's a little bit exaggeration.
Because it took them a month and a half to finally rebuild after he got released.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, if it wasn't for Melo, they would not be in the position that they're in.
I'm not a Melo fan.
What if he went to the 76ers and he helped you guys go deep into the playoffs?
Oh, well, then I might become a fan.
Like, what if he took you guys to the Eastern Conference Finals and he helped you guys beat Kyrie Irving and the Celtics?
Then that would be sweet. Then I would get a Carmelo jersey. But I don't think that's going to happen. I want the Sixers to get some shooters, but not Carmelo. Like, I want them to get, like, Wayne Ellington, maybe Korver just got traded. They need some shooters, but Carmelo...
Trust me, Melo's going to do a lot better in Philadelphia. He is going to do a lot better. Because I think he should have just stayed in the East, to be honest. He's just not good in the West. He's really not.
Yeah, because he's not good.
He's good, but it's just... Maybe the teams aren't right for him. Maybe OKC wasn't the right pick. Maybe Houston wasn't right.
But I think both those teams weren't right for the same reason the Sixers won't be right, because both those teams had ball-dominant players, right? Like, Carmelo has to have the ball in his hands. Russ has to have the ball in his hands, right?
Paul George,
Right.
CP3.
Right, and then the Sixers, they even have trouble sharing the ball between Simmons, Butler, and Embiid. So it's tough. I don't know. We'll see.
I promise you, when Melo goes to the 76ers, you guys are going to go far in the playoffs. I promise.
All right, we'll see.
I promise.
You're usually right when you make your predictions. So.
Thank you.
Speaking of predictions,
Wait. We got to talk about the Nets.
who wants to talk about the Nets?
The team that went on an 8-game losing streak, but is now on a 7-game win streak, and is inching closer and closer to the top 8 of the East.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a huge victory on Tuesday night over LeBron James and the Lakers.
That's right.
And Jared Allen blocking LeBron's dunk.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was that about the Nets? What was that?
We'll see. See if they can make the playoffs.
They will.
All right.
They're going to get that 7th spot. Trust me, they're getting that 7th spot.
All right. We'll see. We'll see when playoff time comes around.
7th spot for the Nets.
It's too early to tell.
And the 76ers, they're going to be in the top 3.
Oh, what if it's a 2-7 matchup, first round, Sixers-Nets?
That would be an awesome series.
It'd be so easy for the Sixers.
That would not be easy. Look at the coach that they have.
Unless-
That coach is
Unless
good.
the Sixers have Carmelo, and then it might be a problem.
Trust me, Carmelo's going to play good in Philadelphia.
We'll see.
He's going to take them far. He's going to take them far in the playoffs.
We shall see.
He's going to take them.
You guys out there, you watch. See if he goes to the Sixers if he plays well.
Trust me on this. Carmelo's going to play very well in Philly, and he's going to take them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
All right, here we go.
NFL,
NFL time, main event.
let's go.
So not many good games this week, but we were able to unearth 3 games that I think are pretty solid. But other than that, there's a lot of clunkers.
Well, I think around this time, like a lot of teams are still fighting for their playoff chances.
Yeah, the AFC and the NFC both have really interesting wild card chases right now.
I mean, look at the Steelers. They're fighting to get a playoff spot.
Speaking of the Steelers at Saints.
That's right.
And how you breaking down this game?
You know, right now, I felt so on and off about this game because it's like both teams have started to go down a little bit. Especially the Saints. Like, they're only winning games by like 3 points.
Yeah, they've been kind of weird, especially on the road. They've been kind of bad. Lost to the Cowboys, barely beat Carolina.
Yeah.
They've been a little bit of a weird team. Luckily, this game they're at home.
Yeah. And the Steelers, I don't know how I feel about them. I mean, they just picked up the win against the Patriots. Huge win.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, can they continue this?
They've been very up and down. Both
Yeah.
these teams have been very up and down.
Yeah, because it's like right now the Steelers and the Ravens are like fighting to get that AFC. Is this North or
North.
South? Okay.
All right, who you got?
I'm going to go to Steelers for this game. You know, I think it hurts me to predict against one of my Super Bowl picks, but I just think the Steelers are going to pressure Drew Brees, and I think they're going to win this game on the road.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to go Saints because they're at home and they play really, really well at home. But I agree with you. I mean, these have been 2 really up and down teams, like especially lately. Really hard to get a read on them. But I still think the Saints are a little better. I think Breeze is playing at a higher level than Roethlisberger. And the Saints have flashed a little defense lately. So I'm going to go Saints.
Okay.
Next one. This might be game of the week.
Chiefs at Seahawks.
Another, I think, to me, and I think you might agree, I think the Chiefs are due for a hiccup here. They've been in some close games, lost to the Chargers. They haven't looked great against some, subpar opponents at times. So I think that Seattle at home is really good. Seattle's got a lot to play for right now. They're just going for that wild card. So I got the Seahawks beating them. Pretty high-scoring game, but...
Yeah, I got the Seahawks winning this game too. I mean, if you look at Kansas City, they gassed out in the second half against the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the thing about Kansas City, if you want to beat them, you have to pressure them within, let them tire themselves out in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're not losing by like 28 points, then you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. We were down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. And in 3 minutes, we came back and won.
Yeah, you're right.
And then also, they barely beat Oakland.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they've played just okay against some subpar teams. They barely beat Denver a little while ago. Like they kind of just been squeaking by. I think this is the one where it's gonna catch up to them.
Yeah, and I'm also going to Seahawks. You know, I like Seattle coming into this game. Offense is really good. Russell Wilson's been improving this season.
Mhm.
The defense is good. So yeah, I'm gonna go to Seahawks.
All right, Seahawks for both of us. Last but not least, a game the Eagles have to have. So my Eagles' big win against the Rams. They, if they win out, so if they win their next two, and if Minnesota loses one, we're in. And then the legend of Nick Foles continues.
Texans at Eagles.
All right, what do you think about this one?
You know, with this game, this is definitely a must-win for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And we were actually talking. The Eagles are actually the favorite in this game.
Yeah, which is we were both surprised by. Even though it's in Philly, I was kind of surprised by.
There must be There must be key injured players for the Texans, which is probably why they're the favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have J.J. Watt.
I think he's healthy. I think their defense is mostly healthy, so I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Maybe it's the offense. Who knows?
Maybe.
But the funny thing is, he texted me last week saying, I never doubted Nick Foles. You never doubted Nick Foles? Then just a few weeks ago, you said you doubt him?
I did. So, I was telling Ant, I'm starting to come around on Nick Foles a little bit. I think two things about Nick Foles in the Eagles offense. He throws a better deep ball than Wentz, and he's like less afraid to throw it. So Wentz, for some reason, I don't know if it was because he come back from the injury, he seemed like he was afraid to throw the ball downfield a lot. So Foles is not afraid to throw the ball to Jeffrey downfield. I think that's important. And I also think he makes quick decisions, which is really important in the offense. So I'm giving him those two things, but I'm not ready to say that he's better than Wentz.
I think he is better than Wentz. Because, yeah, like you say, he's afraid to throw the ball, but it is because of the injury. You know, he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid too.
Yeah, me too.
So, for this game, and I think Houston is just kind of going down a little bit. I mean, they lost to... Who'd they lose to? Indianapolis? Yeah, it was Indianapolis.
And they just barely beat the Jets.
Yeah, they just barely beat the Jets, so I am going to go with the Eagles for this game. I think Nick Foles is going to have a good game, just like he did last week against the Rams. And I'm going to predict a high-scoring game for this one. But I got the Eagles. John, what do you have?
Well, Ant, I hope you're right, but I'm afraid I might be right, and I'm taking the Texans. So, what really concerns me is J.J. Watt and Jadeveon Clowney and that defense shutting down the offense. Eagles are getting some guys healthy. They got some guys healthy in the secondary now, and at linebacker, supposed to get Jernigan back. So they are getting healthier on defense, but the pass rush, the pressure of the Texans is scary. I don't know. Again, I hope you're right, but I'm afraid I might be right, so I'm going to take the Texans.
Okay.
But it should be a good weekend of football. A couple games are not great, but we picked some solid ones for you there.
That's right. One more thing. The Chargers need to win these next two games in a row against the Ravens and the Broncos. And the Chiefs need to lose one of their next two games. If all of that happens, we get the AFC West and we get a first round bye.
And maybe the 1 seed.
Yeah, we get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers won't let me down. He hasn't this season, and he won't. And we have Keenan Allen and Melvin Gordon coming back.
Yeah, they're a team to be reckoned with.
That's right. Joey Bosa is about to have another great game.
Mm-hmm. Well, next time we film, we'll know. We'll be in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Ant and I are planning on doing a little recap show, right? Next time we get together, we'll do a little NFL regular season recap, some of the surprises, right? What stood out.
Yeah.
And then we get into the playoffs. This is our third NFL playoffs, because remember we started up right around NFL playoffs our first year, right?
Yeah.
So this is the third time. I remember we were talking a lot about Aaron Rodgers back then. We won't be talking about him this year.
Nah, because the Packers have been officially eliminated.
Out. But next week we'll talk UFC. We'll talk from what is it, 221 this weekend?
232.
232 this weekend. So we'll talk some 232.
Yeah.
We'll talk some NFL regular season recap. We'll talk some NFL playoffs.
That's right.
And then we'll talk about the terrible Nets.
And we'll talk about how the 76ers will get the most underrated player in Carmelo Anthony.
We shall see.
We
You
shall.
guys have to stay tuned.
That's
and
right.
You'll get all the analysis from us.
That's right. All right, folks. So, I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays. Enjoy your break, kids. Enjoy this break because you know it's gonna go by quick.
Enjoy every day.
Enjoy it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.